All right, Sean Brady, welcome back to Sky Sports. What a year you're having! What a week you've had. Have you come back down to earth yet since Saturday night?
The only thing I'm coming down with is a little cold back in Philly. Nah, I'm still on cloud nine, man. It still hasn't hit me yet. We got back on Sunday, and I've just been spending time with the family. Yeah, but yeah, I it was expected. I said I was going to go out there and do what I did, and yeah, so I don't want to get too high on myself. There's a lot of things I still need to work on and improve on, but yeah, it was definitely a good Saturday night for sure.
So you were back home by Sunday. You didn't hang around at all
No,
to enjoy yourself in London. There was none of that going on.
no, it kind of stinks. We didn't give London a fair treatment because we were kind of staying in like I guess not the we were staying close to the host hotels because traffic's so crazy in London.
Yeah.
I think we were staying in a kind of crappy part of London. So yeah, London didn't get we didn't get the full experience for sure.
Don't give up on London just yet, Sean.
All
Don't
right.
give up.
That's what they keep telling me, man. I gotta come back and not have a fight
There you go.
and see how it is.
Sure. How was the reunion going back home and seeing a little girl again who you haven't got to spend that much quality time with since
Yeah.
she was born?
Yeah, it was awesome. My wife and my daughter Veda picked me up at the airport, and it was great. Like, she was 6 weeks on Saturday, and I missed a week of that, And then for the first 5 weeks, I was just trained. Like literally, like looking back, it feels like a time warps. Like I was training, coming home, eating, spending a little bit of time with them, but then I was in and out of my house 3 times a day, like two training sessions between every like just doing all kinds of stuff. So I really didn't get to spend that much time with them and see like how much really goes into it. These last couple of days, I'm like, I have a lot more appreciation for my wife than I already did. Her doing everything that she's been doing on her own. It's a lot to take care of one little baby. So yeah, it's been good though.
You finding it hard work?
It's harder than my fight. I'll tell you that. It's not easy for sure.
Yeah.
But we have a good thing going here, and yeah, I'm just happy to be home, man.
Yeah, just book another training camp in, get back to the easy life, Sean.
Yeah, 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 yeah. If it only worked like that.
You seem to do a great job throughout fight week of kind of putting that in a box, if it were, kind of compartmentalizing it, not
Yeah,
thinking about it too much. That
yeah,
could be quite an overwhelming thing for some people. Is it nice to now kind of relax into being yourself again, being back in daddy mode?
yeah, for sure. I definitely try not to. I was trying not to think about it too much. If you do, you start kind of feeling sorry for yourself, And I had a few of those moments where I'm like, damn, like I miss my wife. I miss my baby girl. I wish they were here. And at one point we were talking about flying my wife out and having my in-laws, watch my daughter, and it just would have been too hard.
Yeah.
But yeah, I had Kristen at every single one of my fights, so not having her there for the first time was definitely hard. But I had a job to do. I had to put that aside, and I had to go out there and going out there and doing exactly what I did to Leon in his backyard makes it all worth it. So the risk was definitely worth the reward. Missing them was definitely worth it because I'm just setting us up for a better position in life.
You mentioned the risk there. Let's just talk about that for a second because the gamble you were taking here, from this point of view, was massive. You take a fight on
Yeah.
quite late notice. You're taking against a fighter who's got something to prove. You
Yep.
know, if you were to have lost on Saturday night, it might have taken you a bit of time to get back into fighting someone who's the number one contender in the division. So it couldn't have been an easy decision to take the fight. How did you deal
Yeah.
with the pressure that comes with that?
Yeah, I mean, the way I looked at it too, though, is like, God forbid if I did lose, I lose to Leon, who's the number one contender. It wouldn't set me back far, but it wouldn't get me to where I was going. But to be completely honest, I was so confident in myself, and I'm so confident in myself against any of these guys that I knew 4 weeks notice was enough time. I'm always training. I was going to be able to be ready. And then yeah, going into his backyard was just adding a little bit more would could add a little bit more pressure on me if I really sat back and thought about it, but I just put it all on Leon. I just told myself Leon has to go and perform after losing his last fight out. Leon is the number one contender. If he loses to me, he's losing to the number five guy.
Mm.
So I just kind of put everything on him, and yeah, it worked out for sure. So I tried not to think about the what ifs and me just going out there and making it happen.
Hey, well, it absolutely worked a treat.
Yeah,
Were the London fans a bit too hospitable? Did we give you a bit too much of an easy welcome?
you guys were too nice to me, man. It was easier than I thought. I'm being dead serious when I say this. I was expecting hell,
Mm,
like, because that's what you're going to get if you come to my backyard, and it really wasn't bad. Like, even talking to people on the street, like they would come up, take a picture with me. I'm like, we know you're Leon fans, and they were like, kind of like brushing him off. So I know he's not exactly from London, but he's
mm.
close enough to where I don't know. It didn't feel like it, but even walking out, like the boos were loud for sure, but it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a part here in the UK where we're still super appreciative when the UFC
100%.
comes. So, the fans, they'll want their guy to win, but we're
Yup.
grateful for kind of world class talent coming over here and putting on a show as well. And I think, you will have got
Yeah.
plenty of cheers and applause on the way out, performing the way you
Yeah.
did.
Like I said, dude, everyone was super nice to me.
Yeah.
Even afterwards, like everyone, like I still am getting messages from people saying they're from the UK and that they're a huge fan. And that's why I said going into it, like I'm never going to go into someone's backyard and disrespect them, or disrespect their people. Like at the end of the day, like they're rooting against me, but they're still fans of the sport. And hopefully, I went in there getting booze, and I came out getting some cheers and some new fans. And me and my team, we've kind of been on London a little bit, but the people in London were nice. We just weren't a fan of the weather and a few other things, but overall, the people seemed good
Yeah, yeah. Well, they're big MMA fans, and you put on
for
such a great
sure, for
performance
sure.
that you're always going to kind of win them over.
Yeah.
What were you expecting from Leon during the fight week and during the fight itself? And was it what you expected, or were there some surprises in there as well?
Yeah, I mean, he definitely threw me off a few times with like how like when we did the face off at the O2, like I talked about a few times, like he kind of was just weird during that. Yeah, I don't know. Like I guess he's not like a big like respect guy because I usually go out there like I shake people's hands. Um I just tell them like whatever, like yeah, it's all respect and I'm a martial artist at the end of the day and it's all about respect to me and I don't know if he goes about it the same way, or if that's just kind of how he deals with it. But I took some of the things that he did kind of disrespectful. And then as far as the fight, I never really let him get going
Mm,
because that was my game plan. Again, I probably said it to you. I said it to a few different people. If you sit back and you let Leon pick you apart, that's exactly what he's going to do. He wants space and he wants time to set up those perfect strikes and get you out of there, you know. But my whole game plan was to push forward on him,
mm.
put punches in his face, take him down, and ultimately get the submission.
Was there a moment in the fight where you fully realized, you fully believed this is going the way I want it to go?
As soon as I hit him with the first foot sweep at the end of the
Mm,
first round, and
yeah,
then
yeah.
I just felt his physicality, and I just knew that I was going to be way too much for him. And then that's kind of when we started to pick it up. And my coaches said to me the entire time that he breaks, you know, and every like we're looking at him in the corner, and you could see his head was down, his body language wasn't great. His coaches are trying to coach him up, same way they did at the Kamara fight and we just knew that we knew we had him.
I just want to pick up on that point you made there because I think it's really interesting what you guys were saying in the corner about Leon and about his approach to fighting. Picking up on some quotes from Dean Thomas, who was with you, where he says Leon, in his heart, isn't a true fighter. You've been in there with him. Is that something you would agree with?
I don't know. I know what Dean's trying to say. He's saying like Leon, like at the end of the day, like he's not like trying to get in there and get into a brawl, and like he just loves to fight, like fighting in like behind a bar or something like that. So I kind of understand what Dean's trying to say. He's definitely a fighter for sure, But I think when things start getting hard for him, he kind of starts feeling sorry for himself, and you've seen that in the fight. I started putting the pace on him, taking him down, punching him, and I think I surprised him by hitting him as much as I was on the feet, and for him, like that probably wasn't what he was thinking was going to happen. So, yeah, he kind of just started to break a little bit.
Can you feel that when you're in the octagon with someone? Can you feel that belief going?
Oh, 100%. It's like one of my favorite things about my style of fighting, is putting a pace on someone and just putting pressure on them and physically and visually seeing them fold in front of you is one of the best things. They start not fighting, they don't defend as hard on the takedown, they don't try to get up as fast,
Yeah.
their punches aren't as crisp. And I definitely felt that with Leon.
How much of that is their belief and how much of that is like your ability? Because second round, you have a lot of control on the floor. And I suppose
Hmm.
when you're down there, you're getting a read of how Leon's going to get out of these positions and what he's going to offer.
Yeah.
The next time you get in that position, you've already done a sort of little like study. You've already done a bit of
Yeah.
research into how this
Yeah.
guy's going to approach it. Like, I mean, it would take an extremely strong-willed person to still believe this is going to go their way, having spent whatever it was, 10 minutes underneath you in an
Yeah.
octagon.
Yeah, no, I agree with you 100%. And I think it's more of like me just doing what I said I was going to do, and then I just keep growing and growing and kind of stealing that energy from them because you can only defend so many times. You can only try to get back up so many times before you're just like, man, like what do I have to do? And then and then if you keep getting drugged down into those positions, it definitely will it will steal your sense of like being able to win the fight. And I could feel that 100% from Leon.
I think I know the answer to this question because I could pick up it watching you on Saturday and just the way you're speaking about the fight now. But did you enjoy it?
100%. Yeah, I really did. Putting the pieces together of just like my ground and pounds coming together really good. Yeah, everything just starting to finally click for me in my career. And it's just what my coaches and my family and my team have always said. Like, once I believe in myself the way everyone else believes in me, I'm going to be a world champion. And now I'm one or two fights away from being a world champion. Doing what I just did to Leon, no one's ever done that to him. Even if I would have went to a decision, the way I was handling him, no one's ever beat him like that. Like, even when Belal beat him, he lost a round to him. He might have lost 2 rounds to him. He beat Kamaru twice, beat Colby, took Colby down, took Kamaru down. He couldn't do anything to me. And then I go out there and I submit him at the end of that and make him quit in front of his whole family. So for me to do that, it's definitely a feather in my cap.
Just a couple more on Leon, and we'll put a full stop on that, and we'll talk about you and what's next for you. Do you think Leon can come back and compete against the likes of you, Bilal, and whoever's up there, Shavkat, Jack, whoever it may be, at the very, very top of the welterweight division?
Yeah, of course. He's an amazing mixed martial artist. He's an amazing striker. He's got really good grab. He's got all the tools. He's got the frame for 170. I think he's just got to go back, maybe reassess some things with his team, maybe switch some things up with his team, and he'll be back for sure. Like,
Mm.
people, I see people writing him off, and he's lost 2 fights. He lost to Bilal, who's the champion now, and he lost to me, who arguably I'm the number one contender. So he's only lost 2 fights in how long of a stretch? He's never been finished. I'm the first person to do that. So, yeah, I think he'll be all right.
Do you think you two will meet again?
I don't think we're going to meet again.
No?
But if we do, it'll be worse than the first time.
There we go. Right. What are your options? What is it that you want to do next? What is it you think the UFC want to do with you next? And do they meet?
I don't know. As far as what I want to do next, I want to obviously fight for the belt, but I'm also not going to rest on what I just did this past Saturday. Like, if they want me to fight Shavkat for a number one contender, I know Usman's out there too. It's got to make sense, but I don't want to just wait around hoping and praying I get a title shot. Of course, if they tell me I'm next and it's guaranteed, I'll wait for the winner of Jack and Bilal. But if not, I'd fight the loser of that fight as well, or there's, like I said, there's Shavkat but there's not too many other options. And then as far as the UFC, God only knows what they want. But I'm sure me and Bilal have a good storyline. So if he wins, then that could be a very interesting rematch.
Have you had no discussions, or your team had no discussions with the UFC yet about what could happen?
No, nothing yet. I told Lloyd, my manager, not to call me about it for at least a week. Let me get home, let me get settled in. But no, the UFC is usually pretty good with that. They already have a title fight scheduled. I just fought. I'm sure we won't hear anything for a little bit, but I'm definitely going to go be in attendance for the fight, watch those guys fight, and if they want me to get into the cage afterwards and face off with them, I'll do that as well.
You've got to push for that, though, right? That's the way to do it. You're in the spot that you've earned. You've absolutely earned it. You've worked so hard. That final last little push, and you can get to that point
Yeah,
in your career where
yeah.
you always knew you were going to be.
Yeah, I'll definitely me, a couple of the coaches will be we'll take a trip to Canada. We'll go sit first row hopefully, and we'll watch that fight play out, and then hopefully they clear the way for me to go jump in there and face off with my next opponent.
Who do you want to win? Who do you think is going to win?
Of course, I want Bilal to win because need I want I need to get that back. So of course I want him to win. We have a storyline that will build to a great fight, and I do think Bilal is going to win. Jack is a very very hard fight for anybody. Bilal could get knocked out 100%, but I think Bilal will find a way to win, and it's going to build for me and him to meet again.
I get the feeling that no matter what you achieve, let's say Jack wins, you get in there with Jack, you become the champion. Until you get that one back from Bilal, I feel like you're not going to be fully satisfied.
Yeah, yeah, no, you're right, 100%. That's something I have to let go. But yeah, me as a competitor,
Mm,
me as Sean Brady, I'll be all right.
yeah.
It is what it is. But me as a competitor, I need to get that one back because I know that night was the worst night of my career, and I just know how much better I am. I was better that night, and I'm so much better now. So I want to get in there and make everything right.
What have you leveled up on since that fight that when you get in there with Bilal, if it were to happen, is going to surprise him about how good you are now?
I mean, my skills 100%, but it really my mind, just believing in myself, believing in my skills and my team and all the work I put in. That's the only thing that was missing. I truly wasn't bought in on how good I really am or how great I am. And now I am. I believe it. I see it. The writing's on the wall. So yeah, that's it.
Well, look, you had all that confidence last week in London. Anyone who's around you would have felt that. You took it into the octagon. You absolutely delivered a phenomenal performance. Disappointment for some of the local fans, but absolutely brilliant to see the execution you put in there. So a huge congratulations to you, Sean. Enjoy the win. Get up to
Cool.
Montreal, make some noise,
Yes.
kick some cages open, and we hope to catch up with you very soon, okay?
Thank you, man. I really appreciate the interview. We had a good one in London. Let's do it again after we get the next fight.